Yep, felt that coming.
You got that mob mentality, right? Put one of us in the hospital, we put one of yours in the morgue.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are back with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. First things first, we got another comment from the Patreon. Kelvin Cawthon from the episode Emergency Family Meeting. Something the anime glossed over was the fact that Lilia's seduction went on for some time before Paul eventually caved. Once Zenith found out she was pregnant, she cut Paul off from fun times, and we know from the previous episodes that Paul and Zenith were quite active in that regard. So being a horn dog and suddenly cut off from sex probably built up some tension in him. Since it's not explained in the anime too well, and it won't spoil anything anyways, I'll further help clear up the Paul and Lilia history. As Theta said, before Paul and Zenith ever met, Paul and Lilia trained in the sword together somewhere. Paul then sexually assaulted Lilia, taking her virginity, and fled the training. We can assume that he then met up with Zenith and formed the adventuring party they were a part of. After they retired from adventuring to settle down, Paul got back in touch with Lilia and gave her a job as a maid. Regarding Theta missing the fact that Paul assaulted Lilia previously, I'm not surprised I didn't pick up on you not commenting about it, because back then I didn't have any idea of what type of person you are. I know now that this is absolutely something you'd comment on, but back then I probably just assumed you picked up on it, but thought nothing about it. You'd be surprised how many reactors I've seen watch these first 4 episodes have zero reaction to the fact that Paul practically R-worded Lilia in the past. This is why I like how characters in Mushoku Tensei are written. They're not just generic personalities. Up to this point, Paul was a young man who loved his wife and wanted to be a good father to his kid. This episode, specifically the past R-word reveal, shows that even good people can be scum. But being a scum, being a scum or doing something horrible in the past doesn't mean you can't try to be a better person, which is a running theme of the show.
That's some good clarification. It's also very interesting what because with what happened in the past and then having her come in as the maid, why would she agree to that then? Which is another
I don't know.
layer to that foil.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It also implies that she has swordsmanship training, which I also did not know.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I mean, it's a hang up now. It's a hang up. It's in the back of my mind. Paul did this thing. Just my problem now is that, oh God, if I had noticed the first time watching the show that that was said, because I assume that when this was said during the episode, I must have been making a joke to Griffin or something to have not noticed.
Yeah.
It must have been a case of mouth open, brain closed, you know, because I didn't pick it up. Because this would have flavored my thoughts about Paul the entire series. I would have been thinking about it every time I saw him. But this is the case now that I've gotten as far as I've gotten into the series, never knowing that. So now it's not like the case of, hey, this is my friend Peter, he's a rapist. You know? It's now, I've
Yeah.
known Peter for 20 years now. Peter, what do you mean you're a rapist? You know? It's a different connotation.
Yeah.
So now I don't know how to deal with it. It's like, I like Paul. I liked Paul. I mean, and now I know something new about him that I didn't know before.
Yeah, it's like, so for me, it's all going to depend on how the series handles it and how it handles him taking care of the position he's in. Because there will always be the fact that it happened taken into account, but at the same time, you can overcome your past.
Well, that's what Kelvin was pointing at.
Yeah,
A major theme of the show. Being a scum or doing something horrible in the past doesn't mean you can't try to be a better person. I mean, it aligns with like um a common anime thing, but I think it also plays it out in cartoons too. Like, Western animation of nobody's beyond saving. Right? Like the Care Bears. Let's take
yeah,
the Care Bears, for example. That thing we all know about, the Care Bears. The Care Bears aren't trying to defeat the bad guys, they're trying to save the bad guys.
yeah.
So, you know, obviously there's always examples of people who can't be saved, or I guess the common thing right now is this is going to
It's
ruin anything for you because you haven't seen the 7 seasons of My Hero Academia, but people keep telling Deku sometimes the best way to save someone is to kill them. And, well,
yeah.
I mean, you have to know My Hero Academia. That those people have done some very horrible, bad stuff, and
Well,
do not seem to want to be saved. And
well,
Deku is
there's
constantly
also
in
real
his
life
head.
examples of that.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to pull from real life. Obviously, no one's saying let's save Hitler, right?
Oh no, no. So I'm not even going to giving any specific examples, and I'm saying it this way because it goes into personal relationships that I imagine anybody would have. There's
Right,
mo it, it's it there's certain times where people have been given help endless amounts of times, and it's just people put themselves in situations constantly.
right. Um, I think I'm leaning more towards I don't even know the word I wanted to use there was more imaginative world of anime in this respect rather than leaning on the real life thing. Well, I guess for two reasons. One, it's anime and anything fucking can happen in anime. So the
Yeah,
examples I could give, or not the examples I can give, the examples that might happen in front of us are going to be so crazy as to not even be applicable to, say, the person who keeps coming out of rehab and going back in and stealing from you and all this other shit. All of that stuff might not even apply in the world of magic, And the other
yeah,
one is a lot of people might get hit too close to home, and don't want to
of
make
course.
too grounded of an example, and actually get
That
somebody in the audience as a stray shot.
that's exactly why I left it. I left it at that point. So
Well, I think that is the comment then. So how about you go ahead and remind us of what happened the last time?
yes, last time it was revealed that people were pregnant, and it was multiple people, and there was an emergency family meeting on how to handle this.
You told me that you looked up the name of the episode and that helped you remember everything. And so far, all
Yes.
you've told me is two people got born and the name of the episode.
Hey, I did not say people got born.
We
I
did.
said people got pregnant.
Well, to be fair, that didn't happen last episode.
Okay, cool. But
Assumedly, that takes time, and we
what?
didn't see 9 months happen last episode.
It was immaculate birth. No. It was revealed that Paul is the father to both. Hold on. Zenith and Lilia children. It was also revealed that Lilia was involved in part of the seduction. There is a past between history between Lilia and Paul that is not great. Look at the discussion that we just had. And aside from that plot thread, Rudy was told that he was suggested to go off to a specific school suggested by Roxy, but he wanted Sylphette to come, but she couldn't afford to. So he said, "Okay, get me a job." And the episode ended with Rudy getting knocked out by his father and waking up on a wagon with Ghislaine being like, hey, we're coworkers.
What I appreciate is I keep seeing you go to the board that we haven't revealed yet to check names.
Yeah.
This is why I usually hold back and give you the link so I can see your reaction to seeing the changes first. Anyway, well, let's reveal the board then, because we're already talking about it. So obviously, people connected by their relation. There might be a question in some minds is why these are just giant blue boxes instead of pictures. Well, the explanation behind that would itself be a spoiler. So, just leave it as that. And obviously, we know the solution here that we found here was about the Lilia situation. So I realize I can't highlight words when I'm in this the grabber icon. But yeah. I think everybody can just see on screen what's happening there.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Obviously the inclusion of Roxy's new student. Sorry, I was trying to think of how to use tutelage. The word tutelage kept coming in my head.
Student would be accurate.
Right. I was just trying to think of the word. If she's the tutor, then he is the tuteled.
The tuteled.
Beyond that, let's see. No other line changes I can think of other than, of course, Ghislaine, Dedoldia. So not a word I've said already mentioned. I think I've been saying it wrong all through last time because I keep wanting to say Deldana, and that's not right. There's no N in there. And I think I said that way all through a last watch through, and it's not Deldana, so. But that is our current cast of characters and their relationships as per the colored lines with no explanation text to be seen. Alright, and that has been your Justin weigh-in as well.
It's true.
Alright, well, I mean, any other comments about the board, the recap, the episode?
As for the board, we're not big enough yet for it to be at all confusing to understand. It makes perfect sense. The only thing about... No comments.
I mean, I gave Ghislaine a white line to Rudy because literally he just woke up in the thing and doesn't know her at all, so...
It was just like, oh, hey, strange woman.
Alright.
And that's it.
Well, I guess with that said then, time to just go ahead and get into the episode.
Let's do it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
That top has zero support.
Oh, I didn't say it. It's in the letter.
Yeah.
脳みそも筋肉のくせに何を言ってるんだと笑わないでやってくれ。なんだと。だがそいつは剣王だ。
Just admitted the parts that you know she's gonna be angry for.
腕は保証する。
Yep.
父さんは一度も勝ったことがない。ベッドの上以外ではな。
いちいち余計なことを書くな、バカ親父。ほんとモテるのな、あいつ。
Also
お前
horn
は
dog.
これから12歳までの5年間、その家で読み書き算術および簡単な魔術を教えることになる。そしてその間の帰宅手紙などの一切の接触を禁じる。なんだと。
なぜなら、
Yep.
お前がシルフィエットに依存し始めているように感じたからだ。それはあの子にとっても良くないと判断した。
やってくれたな、パウロ。
働き、金を稼ぎ、自立した生活を送ることで、より一層立派な人間になれることを楽しみにしている。知性あふれる偉大すぎる父パウロより。
何が知性だ。力ずくだったじゃねえか。
パウロはお前のことを愛
Yeah,
している
Paul
な。
being a dad, sort of.
No, that was a very noticeable thing that was happening.
ですって。
ふむ。その手紙はゼニスに送っておけ。
了解。
And getting Paul into deeper hot water.
が、今はこれでよし。よかった。シルフィは一人ぼっちになるかもしれないが、自分の問題は
Also, a lot of the times
いつまで経っても
when people are that connected, they separate and they come back together. They both grow and then they get to see each other
でも
as they properly should be.
一年に一回ぐらいは会いたいな。
Also, that was the intro.
Yeah.
獣人だらけ。
No, I just mean remember that the show has no intro. It does everything in world.
どうも。
やあ、
はじめまして、ルーデウス・グレイラットです。
貴族の挨拶は左足を下げて右手を回し、少しだけ頭を下げるんだ。
こうですか？
そうそう、悪くない。かけて。私はフィリップ・ボレアス・グレイラット。この町の町長だ。パウロとはいとこに当たるのかな？
ん？するってと何かい？
僕の親戚に
I
当た
don't
る
know
わ
what
けです。
cousins mean.
そうなるね。
ほう、なるほど。読めてきたぞ。あの野郎、自分の家のコネを使ったんだ。
That's what family does, baby.
まさかこんな身分の高い家だったとは。
それで話はどこまで聞いてる
5年間ここでお嬢様に勉強を教えれば、魔法大学への入学金を援助してもらえると。
それだけ
うん。
まったく、あいつは相変わらずだ。まあいい。とにかくまずは娘に会わせよう。話はそれ
You
か
do
ら。
know the name of this episode is, right?
No.
Ah, you didn't look that up, did you?
そのとしてすごく優秀だそうじゃないか。
師匠の指導の賜物です。
随分とできたことを言うね。可愛い娘がたぶらかされないか心配だよ。
僕は7歳ですよ。
パウロにも伝えたんだが、
Oh,
う
he's
ちの
seven,
娘
right?
は少しだけわがままでね。ごく一部以外の人間に懐かないんだ。君にも期待はしていない。パウロの頼みだから試してみるだけだ。
随分とはっきり言います。
Oh, is this an arranged
自信があるの
marriage?
かい？
実際に会ってみないとわかりませんが。
エリス、新しい先生を連れてきたよ。
苛烈。一目見た瞬間そう思った。俺の五感すべてが赤信号を灯している。
はじめまして、ルーデウス・グレイラットです。
何よ、年下じゃないの。
年は関係ないと思いますけど。
何、私に文句あるわけ？
でもお嬢様は僕ができることができないわけです。
Yep.
生意気よ、私を誰だと思ってるの？
第二印象は乱暴だ。
なんで殴るんですか？
年下のくせに生意気だからよ。
Hope you enjoy this character.
That
こ
was
れで
fun.
人に殴られる痛みが分かりました。
Yep, felt that coming.
You got that mob mentality, right? Put one of us in the hospital, we put one of yours in the morgue.
Yep.
パウロめ、なんてところに送り込むんだ。
待ちなさい、競り潰してやるわ。
少しだけわがまま。
So to remind you, the name of this episode is A Young Lady in Violence.
あれは
Okay.
不良漫画の主人公だ。どうだったい？
どうもこうもあんな凶暴な生き物。
うん？
いえ、あのような無邪気なお
You
嬢
mean my
様
daughter?
は初めてお見受けしました。
Ah, that's funny.
諦めるかい？
諦めません。のこのこと帰ったとなると、父様に笑われるのが目に見えていますので。
おお、よく言ったね。今までの教師はここでみんな値を上げていたんだ。しかし何か策でもあるのかな？
そうですね。
魔術を使えばボコボコにできるだろう。いや、
That's a horrible first thought.
喧嘩で勝っても言うこと
I could probably beat up this little girl.
It's an accurate first thought.
Remember, this is a 32-year-old man in his own mind. So, the grown-ass man's first thought is, I could probably beat up this little girl.
お嬢様に自発的に勉強をしたいと思わせるんです。
おお、詳しく聞かせてくれ。協力なら惜しまないよ。
わかりました。ではお願いしたいのですが。
Are we sure that's the cousin and not the guy behind them?
I mean,
'Cause
all we
he's looking at
can
him
know is
real
what the show
strange.
tells us.
Yeah.
策は練った。うまくいけばいいが。生前みたく。
I guess, remember, everyone around here also has bodyguards.
失敗は許されない。
Fair enough.
Except for him, apparently. He has none.
ご神体が村に置き去りだ。
神様、どうか成功に導いてください。もっと優しくしてくれよな。
それなりに綺麗なところだって話だったが、ま、雰囲気はあった方がいいか。あとはここから魔術と知識を駆使して脱出帰宅する。勉強の大切さを存分に思い知ってもらうぞ。
おはようございます、お嬢様。
何よこれ。
どうやら僕たちは
No thoughts about what's going on here?
I have to see what's going on to actually judge.
Well, I mean, they just woke up in crates with their hands tied.
Yep.
おお、ナイスチョイス。これなら自作自演だとバレることもないだろう。なんだてめえ。いい演技力だ。
臭い、近寄らないで。私は誰だと思って。
Unless it's not actually acting.
何調子に乗ってんだ。クソが生意気に歯向かいやがって。
やりすぎじゃないか。
Catching strays.
気持ち悪いやつだな。
絶対に許さない。おじい様にしつけてやる。
神なる力は芳醇なる糧。力を失いしかの者に再び立ち上がる力を与え、ヒーリング。
Remember, magic is a thing. So all now we have is just pain and trauma.
直しなさいよ。
直 倒したらまた叫ぶでしょ。自分で魔術を使ってください。
できないわよ、そんなこと。
習っていればできましたね。
おとなしくなったか。ああ、殺してねえだろうな。あんまり傷つけるんじゃねえぞ。ああ、まあ最悪男のガキだけでもいいんじゃねえか。
よくねえよ。迫真の演技だったら
I
い
guess
いが、
technically he'd
そう
be
でも
cousin
なさ
to a
そうだ。
noble family, so
魔
he'd
術
be
で
worth
ぶっ飛ばして
something.
みるか。
Yep.
しかし実力がはっきりわからない以上、それは危険だ。それにお嬢様に結局は暴力だと思われてしまうのも良くない。後でずっと殴られる羽目になってしまう。まあいい。
For my own protection, I can't teach her
俺のやるこ
violence.
とは変わらない。
Yeah.
それでは僕は死にたくないので逃げます。さよなら。
助けなさいよ。
うるせえって言ってんだろ。おい、別れぞ。
それでは。
入ってかないで。
I suppose their inability to open a door shows how strong they are.
Yep.
暴れない、大声を出さないって約束できますか？
助けてよ。
約束できるんですか？
クソが。どけ。
And they're gonna be gone.
Well, I mean, it shows her character as a person that she's even in this situation, she can't promise to not be violent or yell.
Xヒーリング。
It's too much.
よし、ここまで来れば大丈夫ね。
大声を上げないって約束したじゃないですか。
なんで私があんたとの約束を守らなきゃならないの。
今度ガキや。
そうですか。じゃあここでお別れですね。さようなら。
どこ行った。出てこいクソガキ。
I mean, also proving that her promises are worthless right now.
嘘よ。もう
Yep.
覚えは出さないわ。
そんなこと言ってすぐに約束を破るんでしょう。
破らないわよ。
僕の言うことが聞けるならついてきてもいいですよ。ここはロアの隣町みたいですね。
読めないわよ。
読めると便利ですよ。馬車の運賃も書いてありますから、算術ができれば一人でだって家に帰れます。
ならあんたが全部やればいいじゃない。
僕は召使いでも使用人でもないんですが。
何よ。
Said every kid that grew up with a
違いま
calculator.
すよ。お嬢様が気に入らないと言ったのでまだ雇ってもらえてません。
It seems like this episode might be all about him just actually getting the job.
I mean, it's what he's been up to the whole time.
Yep.
お嬢様、ロアですよ。ここまで来ればもう安心です。
そうね。
安心したら眠気が来たか。多少の行き違いはあったが、大体は計画通り。少しは俺のことを認めてくれたと思いたい。
使用人さん。
Nobody's prepared for the incantationless magic.
Yep.
その女の子を返してください。
それはできません。 エリスお嬢様には言ってもらわねばならないところがあるのです。
I knew something was up with him.
思ったより魔術が使えるみたいだな。
I thought you were gonna say something the moment he showed up in the alley the first time.
それは具体的にはいくらぐらい？
アスラ金貨100枚でいかがですか？
それは魔法大学の入学金2人分よりも高いんですか？
そうですね。10人入ってもお釣りが来るでしょう。
Ooh, tempting.
なるほど。それは魅力的ですね。
私は散々そこの娘からひどい目に遭わされましてね。あなたも家庭教師になればきっと同じ目に遭わされますよ。そんな年でも金の大切さはわかるだろう。わかったらその手をゆっくり上に上げてくれ。
ええ。しかしお金よりも大切なことも分かってるつもりです。
There it is.
綺麗事じゃありません。
思えば俺は今まで金の心配など全くしない生活をしていた。20年近いニート生活、エロゲとネトゲにまみれた俺の半生。その狭い経験でならわかる。ここでお嬢様を裏切ることの意味、ここでお嬢様を助けることでつながる展開。
金じゃデレは買えないんです。
はあ、おっとしまった、本音が漏れた。
It's I assume he's talking about the different types of character archetypes.
I think so.
Sundari and well, they all ended dairy.
Oh.
すまんね。よし、勝った。
Also shows that swordsmanship is good against magic.
Yeah. And here's where Ghislaine comes in. And they dead.
Really? You think?
Maybe a little bit.
おいルーデウス。ルーデウス。ルーデウス。敵はこれだけか。
はい。ありがとうございます。
いきなり爆発が起こったので見に来たが正解だったな。しかし一体何があった？二人で出かけるとは聞いていたが。
ギレーヌ。
Yep.
So not all to plan.
No.
エリス、ずいぶん遅かったじゃないか。何があった？フィリップ様、これは違うんです。誤解なんです。そういうことか。連れて行け。フィリップ様、お許しを。フィリップ様、フィリップ様。大丈夫かい、エリス。
家に帰るまでって約束だったんだから、もう喋ってもいいわよね。
Remember she was covering her mouth not to scream when she was
Yep.
being abducted the second time?
失敗か。まあ失敗だよな。策に溺れて結局ギレーヌに助けられたんだ。どうしようもない。死ぬ寸前だった。ギレーヌが
Yeah, but you made the correct move. You got
今まで
someone's attention.
もし 次に死んだら俺はどうなるのだろ
待ちなさい。特別にエリスって呼ぶことを許してあげるわ。特別なんだからね。
ってことはつまり OK ってことですか？ここで働いてもいいってことですか？ありがとうございます、エリス様。
様はいらないわ。エリスでいい。
さっきの選択肢で好感度が上がったのだろうか、それとも家庭教師にしてから仕返しでもするつもりだろうか。まあどちらにせよ、ひとまず今は生まれて初めての職に就けたことを喜んでおくとしよう。
Episode title is A Young Lady in Violence.
Yeah, I know, I told you that already. Also, I forgot that they show them at the end of every episode, as though, like a reminder in case you forgot. Anyway. No, I was giving a little chuckle there because I kind of forgot what they do with, like, shadows and shit in this show. So, you know, he was walking away all dejected and he was in the shadow of the arch, rather. And that's when she turns around and says, wait, and so, you know, the whole, oh, so I can work here, and then he walks back into the sunlight, you know. It's a common motif in more recent anime, like, I think Frieren did it a lot, too.
It did. It used lighting to show a lot of its emotional beats.
I think it was less common the first time. Less common in the lineup of shows that we were watching back when we first started watching this. But it's become a more common motif that I've noticed in more things since. The walking out of darkness into light thing.
Light is also a great storytelling tool in general. Because there's so much of a difference in even introducing a location on how it's lit.
Yeah, I just mean on character emotion to scene transition, specifically. Be next time on any second now. And that's me also remembering there is no next time on, it just gives us the title, which is even less than Frieren.
Yes.
Frieren gave us vocals. This show is only ever going to give us titles, and we have to guess what's going to happen.
I think next episode is going to show that there's actually a good side to Roa. Because all we've seen from Roa is at night, and it looking real dark and like people being kidnapped.
For a moment, I thought you were confusing Eris with the name of the location.
No. There's absolutely a good side to Eris. She
Well,
just hasn't had anybody put her in her place.
It's a weird thing to say about a kid, but
Absolutely not. It's part of raising children.
She's not your kid.
I'm not saying my kid, and I'm not saying how.
I'm just saying, put yourself into perspective of a crying child in a supermarket line, and you turn around and say, someone's got to put that kid in their place. It's a weird statement from a stranger.
Because that's you stepping over the line. But if you are raising a child and you don't give them structure, you get someone who, the moment they get it, they fight back.
Right. I'm just saying, not your kid.
Mm-hmm.
100% all I'm saying.
Fully agree.
My also point was, we haven't seen anything of Roa. So, technically, you said we've only seen it at night. Technically, we arrived here during the day, so we did see it in the walk-up, too.
Yeah, but like the only time we've actually spent in the city was when they got back from the kidnapping.
Well, I mean, no, the house is in the city.
I'm not counting the house. I'm counting the house and the city separate.
Oh, I'm just specifically segregating this one part for the purposes of what I've just said. To make that clear. Okay, well then I'm only including the house to say that Roa is an amazing place filled with great people.
You know what? I support Roa, depending on what happens next episode.
Oh, you are not going to be spoiled by me. Look, my problem is that I have so much to talk about, and I can only wait till I can talk about it retroactively. Because
Yeah.
the difficulty that I always face is that I have a horrible memory, and if I try to guess at what I should know and when I should know it, the odds of me making a mistake and saying something that hasn't happened yet, thinking that it has, incrementally raise in the percentage value the longer we go. So, all I can do is make funny jokes.
I can see that.
I
think next episode will be more slice of life, but I think it could also be the start of feeling reveals between Eerie and
Eris?
Rudy. Eris and Rudy.
Feeling reveals. Are you
Yeah.
indicating that Rudy's going to be giving up on Sylphette?
Absolutely not. I think it's going to be a complicated relationship with Triangle.
Are you indicating that Mushoku Tensei is a harem anime?
Possibly.
If you don't know what that trope is, just think about Gundam Seed for a moment and figure out what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. It's the moment you say the word harem, I'm like, okay.
Well, it's a common trope in anime.
Yeah.
Very played out trope. So I was trying to think about how to phrase this all, and it's like it doesn't occur in all anime. It just seems to occur a lot in recent anime. So I don't know. I can't even go with that. No, it's been happening since at least even the 80s anime that I watched. I bet Saint Seiya had its harem moments.
Not really.
Not a lot of love interests in Saint Seiya, or will they,
Like-
won't they moments between different characters.
From what I remember, there wasn't a lot of will they, won't they. There was a lot of like exploring like positive and familial relationships.
See, I don't know what Saint Seiya is about. I'm not asking you to explain it. I'm just the knowledge that it is a teenager, young adult. What are we going with here? 80s anime, right? I'm making guesses. I would just assume it falls into that scope. Maybe it's in that realm of, say, Ronin Warriors, like where the focus is so fine that it doesn't spend time on it. Or it's that era where you only had one female character in the main cast, so there was no room for a harem.
So it wasn't the era where there was one female character. It was a lot of it was based around combat and like tradition. And a lot of the relationships that they explored were not complicated webs romantically.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a complicated web.
Mm-hmm.
Harem just is like, you know, who's my love interest? Main character to more than one girl. So
Yeah, no. From what I recall, I don't think it had that energy. I think it was a lot about like it latched onto the idea of saving the world and getting stronger in like character development within themselves versus that.
some more of an
And then-
Inuyasha.
Yeah. And then like a lot of the deep relationships were family and friendship where people would go through and it would build from there. A lot of the female roles were actually mentorship.
Again, I've never seen Saint Seiya. I'm only guessing at what I feel like. Based on, like, I think you showed me an image once. So based on what image you may have shown me, or I Googled myself, the name
I
of
think
the
you
show.
Googled.
Yeah, and the name of the show. I'm just guessing. Because it has the feel just based on... I don't even remember the image I saw. That's really just off the top of my head shit, but I'm feeling like a Ronin Warrior situation. Or the fact I said Inuyasha and you said yeah, I was like, I don't even know what to think now.
I have a general idea of what Inuyasha is, which is why I said yes. I'm gonna send you an image in Discord that gives a good indicator of the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ronin Warriors after seeing that. Although, hold on, let me make this bigger. Yep, screwed up the cameras there for a second, but good now. Yeah, Maybe I saw something like this, just assumed the woman in the background was the Saint character. I don't know.
Oh no, so it's one of the guys in the front. So like it's a lot of the times you are dealing with males, but like it's never a case where a character's thrown in to be useless or just to be love interest. Even the females are like badass.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to find a quick gif from Ronin Warriors. Kinda has the same feel. You'll see those guys in their
1 million.
outfits.
Yeah. No, that's definitely accurate.
It's just that Ronin Warriors, I think I can only recall beyond the villains. There was female villains, but there was like only one woman ally on their team, and not like part of their team, just like a civilian that came along with. Kind of like April O'Neil in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's only like one woman that's running around too, so there's like not enough female representation for a harem.
Yeah, no, Saint Seiya had a pretty big cast also because it touched on a lot of different mythologies. But yeah.
I don't remember how we got here.
Neither do I.
They're just looking at this and Saint Seiya was not big on color design, were they?
They were, but the farther on it got, everything started to become gold.
Yeah, it's like either everyone was color coded, or you're showing me everyone in their super powered mode, which is gold.
That's super powered mode. Before that, up until that point, everyone's color coded.
Well then, this has been your Saint Seiya minute, I guess.
It's true.
Hopefully, future me remembers to include this image on the screen so people know what the hell I'm talking about. Otherwise, guess.
Find the image yourself.
Yeah, just guess based on context. Any other thoughts though about the episode?
Smart plan from Rudy. However, he could not have predicted about the butler.
It's always the butler.
Which messed it up, which actually helped him get better results in the end.
Well, we don't know. We can't know that. You're saying it. No, we can't. You said helped him get better results in the end. That would imply that we would know exactly how it would play out if Rudy's plan worked. We don't know Rudy's plan. He didn't even do it like a mental thing where he went through it all in his head. We don't even know that.
Okay. I'll give you that one. But either way, that's my take.
All right, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there then. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Justin. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?